Why is he doing that?
Abort! Abort!
This is just a way to really f yourself up.
Raining like a cow on a flat rock down here.
Snow that's overhanging on this side could fall away at any point. You want to do a little ski run right along here? Maybe drop off up top? 3,700 feet. Better spot.
High above Juneau, Dustin Carroll and Jag Gerard search for a safe place to put down.
Start to turn. Find our spot. Whoa. Oh, don't get, because that makes me nervous. What the f? The engine stopped. I have no control over that. They have to use a change in torque. The arm's strong in the system. We've lost hydraulic pressure. Level. Stabilize. Where? What the? Okay, I got it. Alright, cushion. Nice. Ow. Yeah. Might have to go to the chiropractor after that.
It's a check flight, but a straight drop with no power to the blades is a dangerous maneuver.
This is simulation of an engine failure. You may have a big bang, you may have a light come on, a bearing coming apart, we're windmilling down, you flare at the bottom, and then you cushion the aircraft on with the energy built up in the rotors.
A lot of people don't understand is they don't just fall out of the sky. We can do a controlled descent down to the ground.
If your timing's poor or you misjudge the distance, you die. Each year we try to get a second opinion on what we thought was our sharp skills by doing training, a requirement by the feds to keep our license.
Today, Dustin is checking out Jag's skills, even though Jag's his boss.
Jag's our chief pilot. He's a great pilot and a pretty funny guy. I'm about 5'7", Jag's 6'6", something like that.
Normal, we call it.
Thankfully flying with Jag, you know. He's written the books on all this stuff. He was in the first helicopters. He's actually 94.
I was here when those taller trees were just this big.
He planted most of these trees.
Next up, another dangerous challenge, a tow-in landing on a knife-edged peak.
We're gonna do some mountain work here. Kind of simulate some heli ski drop-offs and some mountaintop ridgeline work. You may have a group that wants to get dropped off on this mountain right here on the right side, and from a distance it doesn't look like there's any chance of getting dropped off there, but there are.
Even up close it might.
Take a look. So basically right now you're just gonna fly by it a couple times, feeling the wind, feeling what the helicopter's doing. That one looks might be good right here.
It's a promising spot, but with a deadly twist.
This particular one, there's a cornice on one side. From on top you won't be able to tell if there's a cornice.
If the cornice collapses on landing, the chopper could tumble 600 meters, killing them both.
Snow that's overhanging on this side could fall away at any point.
Maybe give that one more look this side of that knob. The rock's sticking up on either side, so you assume that there's some structure underneath it. I mean, we'll use this spot on this ledge here. All right, you ready? Yep.
Less than 150 kilometers north near Haines, a group of skiers is stuck on a glacier.
These guys, they had a specific time frame, so it makes it hard, because the conditions suck.
Drake Olson is fighting the weather to reach them.
Look at that. We'll go over here and see if we can figure out what's going on with this pissy wind. People tend to think with weather, it's always coming from somewhere. And the weathermen from down south, they always show these maps with, here it is, and it's coming our way, and then it's gonna go over there. And it's like, you dumb you never talk about how weather develops. It's developing. This is just total bull out here. You can't be a way to really yourself up.
If Drake can't make it to the glacier, the skiers will be stranded all night as temperatures drop below freezing.
This might not work out. This air is really agitated. Oh my God. Man, it's just like we're being pushed down right here like crazy. Wind. Oh, jeez. Ah, you. Total you.
Over 800 kilometers northwest near Talkeetna, flight instructor Don Lee is also trying to land on water.
See the different color shades in that water? It's telling you the depth of the water, telling you the hazards that are underneath the water.
The river is just unaccepting. If you hit a submerged rock under there, you tear the bottom of the float. Everything is dangerous.
I've seen cabins come down the river, floating, logs, branches, whole trees.
Don's teaching Ben Phelps, his intern for the summer, how to handle his first river landing.
The rivers are like the marine highways of Alaska. You can land on maybe 1,000 runways with wheels. There's 10,000 places you can land a seaplane.
Watch your airspeed because you're getting a little slow.
I'm learning more of the advanced stuff. I already had a float plane rating when I got up here, but I haven't done any bush flying.
Most of Ben's training has been in a very disciplined environment. Now, we're taking him totally out of his box of comfort and putting him into a situation where a whole new set of instincts about flying is going to be learned.
Okay, Ben, now look ahead there. You see that sweeper? That tree coming over the river there, they call them sweepers. They sweep over the surface of the river, and but they're still anchored to the bank. It'll get a hold of the airplane, that'll be it. If we touch that sweeper, this airplane's gone.
Just a month earlier, as a float plane like Don's was landing nearby, crosswinds forced a wing into the water. It flipped and crashed in seconds.
All right, so now, Ben, I see 5 hazards up ahead. I want you to name these 5 hazards.
All right, we've got the sweeper, the gravel bar on the left, the shallow water off to the left. We don't want to hit the bank, and we don't want to get in the trees at all.
Good. How do you know that water's deep enough where you're touching down?
Those big, like boilerplate rapids that we can see there.
All right, sounds good. Sounds like you've been listening to me.
I try.
Okay, let's get her down.
We're landing on a moving river that's anywhere from 8 to 12 knots. If you can imagine jumping onto a running treadmill and trying to keep up with it, and then turn around and then start running backwards on the treadmill. This is what you're doing with an airplane.
All right, Ben, now, as we're landing here, be aware there's been a lot of debris coming down the river.
All right, I'll do my best for you.
Abort, go around. You didn't see that big log coming down?
Yeah, I couldn't see that at all.
I was really hoping that we wouldn't hear that log scrape the bottom of the floats and tear them apart.
You see a root sticking up in the air, you know that there's a lot of tree underwater that you don't see. That could have been catastrophic.
A branch can send their plane cartwheeling through the water.
You shouldn't have to look at your gauges. All your flying information is coming out the window.
Okay.
This is the final test here. It's all up to you now. A little more power, 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 power. Perfect. Okay, so let's get our water rudders down. There's a tremendous amount of velocity grip on the floats. Try not to look at the water because the water will hypnotize you and lose your reference, so you always just look at the shore.
To take off, Ben must face the plane upriver, steering with the rudders at the back of each float.
You're coming in close. You turn too sharp towards the shoreline. The water accelerates that float into the shoreline. Bam, you hit the shoreline. The wingtip, because of the current, is bringing the airplane chattering downstream. Now the wingtip touches. Now the river's got it. Next thing you know, you're cutting your seatbelts out, trying to swim for your life. You get caught under a sweeper, you're dead.
We're doing to do something dangerous. We're gonna go a little bit towards the shore. Okay, now we'll try just doing a hard left, see if it'll come back around completely. Keep doing it, keep doing it. No, no, no. Aboard, aboard, aboard.
Alright, final approach. As you can see, rocks in the area, you're doing good.
Back in Juneau, Dustin is testing Jag's ability to nail a deadly toe-in landing.
There's not enough room to actually put all the weight on the full length of skids.
When we come in close to the ground, the helicopter starts to recirculate all that snow and get a whiteout, you get disoriented.
We lose control, you crash. You have to be in control of the situation. You have to be very precise with the helicopter, and consequences of not doing exactly that are huge.
You feel the helicopter kind of settled through a little crust in the snow, so he's kind of feeling what the helicopter's doing, how it's sitting. All right, yeah, did good. Successful training mission there. We didn't hit the rocks, we didn't hit the mountains, and didn't hit the water. Doesn't get any more exciting than that.
In the skies near Haines, Drake's struggling against bad weather to pick up two skiers.
This does not feel right. Dan can't do anything with it. You just don't know how long it's going to do this. I can tell that it's not going to work. We're going to get on out of here. It's not worth it when it gets really bad.
Until the weather clears, he's forced to leave the skiers behind.
I don't want him to be scared or nervous. It's a tough call. You can feel this like sick feeling in your stomach. In Alaska, the weather really doesn't care about your plans. Yeah, I'm frustrated.
1,500 kilometers northwest above the Arctic Circle, Zaz Staley is warming up her Piper Cherokee for an air taxi trip.
Raining like a cow on a flat rock down here.
She's been hired to fly some local kids 30 kilometers across the tundra to their isolated summer camp.
Hauling kids definitely poses a challenge. I'm hauling kids without their parents. They all trust me to get their kids to camp and get them home safe and sound. But you can't turn down trips just because the weather's marginal.
Okay, you three get in the middle. He's gonna sit up front. The bottom latch, push out on the door. Survival gear's in the nose, fire extinguisher's under his seat.
Overcast. Temperature 17 Celsius. Altimeter.
What's that? The weather. We're supposed to have some weather moving in, and it's supposed to be rain and mist and reduced visibility, so hopefully I can get these kids to Camp Cebu before the weather comes down.
Flying through the rain showers, it reduces the visibility, and the mist starts collecting on the window, and it's not enough to run off, so it just kind of obstructs the view.
And for a small plane, those conditions can turn deadly. In Alaska, poor visibility is a leading cause of plane wrecks.
Flying up here in Alaska, there's miles and miles of nothing, so if you did go down somewhere, it's going to be a really long time for somebody to come get you.
20 kilometers out, the visibility drops even further.
I try not to freak out, just to keep the passengers calm, because you freak out, they're all gonna freak out. But I don't know, if the weather's and you can't see.
Abort. Why is it doing that?
Because I pulled the water rudders up.
Okay, leave them down and get over here a little bit.
On a river near Talkeetna, student pilot Ben is trying to take off in a fast-moving current.
Go ahead and bring it around.
Yep. Current was accelerating us in the opposite direction that we wanted to go. You have to be able to recognize that right away, because if you're up in the shallow water, then it's all a great big show. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, so let's go idle back.
Ben's next challenge is a survival technique known as an airdrop.
Airdrops are absolutely essential for helping people in distress. About 90% of the time, you're not going to be able to land where these people are.
Real easy just to fly by and drop out a bag of 10 pounds of food or something for somebody that could make the difference between life and death.
But Don knows that airdrops can be extremely dangerous.
One time, a friend was missing, and we haven't heard from him. So we jumped in and went to look. We had some survival gear we were going to push out if need be. We got a little glimpse of some wreckage on the side of a mountain back in this box canyon. So we went in for one more low pass over just to make sure that if they needed any help. We got into a lot of descending air, just crappy weather, and couldn't turn out of the box canyon. Got in too close, too bad a place, and we crashed right next to where they did. They were killed, we survived. I broke my back and 5 ribs, broke this right arm, spent 6 weeks in the hospital. You don't want to add to the rescue, you want to be a help.
Airdrops aren't as simple as just throwing something out the window of an airplane. We're going to draw a circle on the ground, and that's going to be our target, and that's what we're going to practice on.
X marks the spot. So that's what you want to try and hit.
All right, well, we'll see.
His target set, Ben must judge the exact right moment to make his drop at 130 kilometers per hour.
There's a lot of variables in these airdrops, and it's all a matter of timing. There's a drag with the air, there's weight of the drop, the altitude of the drop, into the wind.
Okay, ready to go? You want as many things consistent as you can. You want to try and keep your same altitude and airspeed, and you always want to airdrop into the wind. But one of the most important things, Ben, is never, never, never look at your drop.
You get distracted and you start looking and turning, and boom, you lose control of the aircraft. Target fixation will kill you.
3, 2, 1, drop. All right, let's do a 180-degree turn, fly back over there, see where it hits, and start tweaking that down and getting closer.
I can do that.
3, 2, 1, drop.
All right, Ben, let's see what we got.
All right. Doesn't look too pretty.
They're consistently away. Here's one way out here. What the hell? Good God, Ben, you didn't even get close to the target that time. Now, what are these doing way the hell out here?
No wonder we couldn't see them when they hit.
They're all over.
Ben gets one more chance to hit the target. Back in Haines, time to make another attempt to get the stranded skiers off the glacier.
When you're gonna fly, it's like a piece of pie, And there's all these slices that have to be right. Weather conditions, your ability to shape your airplanes in. It's blowing again up there. You can see the mountains smoking again. Everything's an idea. What actually happens is a whole nother thing. Come on. Yeah, did I mention I do my own mechanicking?
The ante is up. You're going into the mountains. You know, most people don't think of it, but the air is this, I mean, you feel it, you can grab it. It's a substance. All this stuff can change in a heartbeat. Oh, here's a wave, here we go. Could you feel the airplane get a little different? I can feel it, I can sense it coming.
Drake catches a glimpse of the skiers on the glacier below.
Put our skis down.
Use a hydraulic hand pump.
The slightest little angle, off angle, if you're not ready for it, is then that airplane's gonna start wanting to go up the mountain.
Well, here we are.
Any decent skiing at all is it all sucks. It all sucks. Cold.
Drake warned them 2 days ago it might be better to wait.
That's the thing about these scripted times. When you do that, it's like telling God your plans, you know? And the mountains and the weather go, oh yeah, this is great. I'm gonna kick their ass.
I'm sailing. You ever see that in that movie, What About Bob? Yeah. I'm sailing. Hell yeah.
Meanwhile in Juneau, JAG's test flight is over.
All right, nice job. Yeah. Uh-oh.
But Dustin's day is just beginning. He gets an emergency call. A cell phone tower on a remote mountaintop isn't working, and the repair team is depending on Dustin to help them fix it.
Microwaves are a backbone connection that connects all the southeast.
Dozens of towers surround Juneau. They need to locate exactly which one is down before the outage affects emergency services.
Some are up 3,000–4,000 feet up in the mountains. Guy wires coming off of the towers, small pads that you have to land on, or uneven terrain.
We're heading over to Manly, one of the main microwave links in the backbone here.
Figuring out where you're physically putting the helicopter, where you're landing. There's a lot of coordination involved.
I still find myself looking at the helicopters even after, flying them for years in amazement that it works at all. Such a complex machine. It's like controlling a race car, but in 3 dimensions.
All the inputs are very, very small, very minute. You're constantly making corrections.
The microwave dishes kind of pop up now, maybe?
Yeah, I see the tower now.
We're not landing on that thing, are we? I don't know about that.
As they descend, high winds rock the ship.
If you get into a situation where it's starting to become stressful, you can't let that fear take hold of you. You can't let that fear get to you.
It's your call, Dustin. Hope so.
Trying to think ahead. What can go wrong? What can change? You need to keep thinking clearly to be able to get out of the situation.
Dustin and team begin their hunt to locate the damaged cell tower.
big snow year, these buildings will be completely covered in snow, and so they have hatches in through the roof so they can climb straight in. They don't have to dig all the snow out.
Have to let them know we made it alive.
I've been in most of these quite a few times. They're all a little different. Most people have no idea what goes on behind the scenes.
When one of these towers goes down, it completely cuts off vital communication for people across thousands of square kilometers.
It's really amazing the amount of manpower that goes into keeping the phones up around here and there. So these diesel generators are running 24/7.
This site's working.
So we're getting ready to leave already.
Until they find the problem, they must keep looking.
Can't tell what the weather's gonna do, really, you know? Forecast call for it to clear, and it clouds up, and they call for it to get cloudy, and it clears, and you just never can tell around here.
Above the Arctic Circle, Zaz is battling rain, trying to get her young passengers to camp safely.
When you're flying VFR or visual flight rule, you're depending on your sight. You need to be able to see outside. If you don't have a GPS in your plane, you're not gonna know if the weather's shitty and you can't see. There it is.
For Zaz, the trip to Camp Sivu is a journey through the past.
I got to go to this camp when I was a kid, and now I'm getting to take these kids down to go to camp. So it brings back a lot of memories, a lot of good ones. And I think it's cool that I get to do what my dad did a little bit.
But the remote campsite is over 50 kilometers downriver.
We're getting in a boat now with Langford and heading down to Camp Sivu.
We are departing. Deporting?
Yeah, sure.
Hey.
I've known Langford since I was probably a baby.
Still wearing diapers.
Yep. I'm part Inupiaq Eskimo. Being part Alaska Native is very important to me. We have such a diverse culture up here. Our ancestors were super tough. They had to fight to live on a daily basis, and I'm a product of that.
Halfway out, trouble strikes.
Can't be out of gas.
Might be out of gas.
Back in Talkeetna, Don gives Ben one more chance to hit the target with an airdrop.
Drop. Okay, we'll see if you got any closer that time.
So your targeting actually isn't too bad, within probably 20 feet of the X itself.
Somebody could easily come over here and pick up something.
Yeah. Of course, if we draw a circle around it, it would have been a direct hit. See? Yeah. That's just what you want to do. You did good.
Ben has a handle on airdrops. Time to step things up to bucket drops.
The bucket drop is a technique developed by Nate Saint in the early 50s to transfer goods back and forth without having to land. By flying around in a circle, he was able to lower goods motionless to the people on the ground. The idea is we're going to establish a bank angle. We're going to be flying in a circle, and the rope will basically form a cone and find the center. Weighted baskets should theoretically hang basically motionless.
It's such a risky maneuver, it's rarely done. But Don, Ben, and mountaineer pilot Larry Holmgren are going to try.
What we're doing now today is Larry and Ben are designing a reel to be able to lower and retract this bucket. See, that feels pretty good.
Some of the hazards we're going to be dealing with, we have 1,000 feet of line hanging outside the airplane. The line could get tangled very easily. Maybe the basket gets hooked up on something on the ground, and that airplane will crash. I'll be flying the airplane, you'll be operating the load.
I'm on the ground here to simulate someone who's out in the wilderness, and they're going to try and drop this bucket down to me.
What altitude do you want to be at?
Oh, 1,500 should be fine.
Okay.
This wind is really making things tough on Don.
With this kind of crosswind going on. I'll get a little higher so it won't hit the ground.
I'm a little bit nervous if we're actually going to be able to make it happen.
And remember, if anything goes wrong, you have a knife. Cut away. Cut it away. All this could happen pretty quick, so don't wait for my erection or if you should cut it or not.
You got to get a whole bunch of line out.
Let line out. Let line out. Be careful.
That's not looking so good.
Whoa, what are you doing? Oh, crap. You need any help? Hell.
Holy sh**.
I can't get any more out. It's all tangled up.
Oh, crap.
Something's not right here.
Larry must free the bucket before it gets caught in the wheels or tail section, causing a crash.
Be careful so it doesn't grab your hand. Bring the bucket back in.
It's just a big rat's nest now.
All right, let's go back. We'll untangle it.
Looks like the bucket's in. I don't know what the plan is. We'll have to wait and see what they say when they get down here.
Jesus Christ, how the hell could it get so screwed up so quickly?
Yeah, it's a huge pain.
All right, we'll try this again. Clear for start.
If anything goes awry for any reason, don't even hesitate. Don't ask me. Cut it loose. We'll climb out and do a 360-degree turn. Let line out, let line out.
"700 kilometers north on the Kobuk River, Zaz's journey to Camp Sivu has come to a halt.
Might be out of gas.
I forgot to put the throttle back. See how it is when you get off. See how it is once you get off. Let the throttle off.
He wants to just prove to himself. I better sit down.
Don't get like me when you get off. Right?
The ride's not over till
It's embarrassing sometimes. We're here. Welcome to 7 Over Camp.
We made it through all the flying, all the boating, and we're here at Camp Sivu, so say hello to everybody.
I think you were small.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yep. And my grandpa used to land and then taxi in with his float plane a long time ago. I think my grandpa might have started it, but my dad did it, and then I would help him. And when they knew Camp Sivu was going on, when they'd fly over, they'd drop a bunch of candy or bubble gum or something out over the camp, and the kids would run around trying to catch it or collect it.
When I saw the plane, Oh, there's a candy plane.
They dropped it in the wrong place at one time, right on top of the building.
Yeah. That might have been my first year. I remember being in their shoes, being here, just having a ball. It sucks to grow up.
Bye, you guys. Bye. See you guys on Saturday.
There goes Langford. He just dropped us back off in Norvik, and now we're gonna head back home to Guyana and call it a day. I haven't been down to the camp in years, so it was pretty fun for me, even though we had to brave the 45-minute boat ride. I still had a really good day.
All right, buckets away. The bucket should come into the center of that circle that Don's making and come straight down. I'm a little bit nervous, and they're going about 80 miles per hour, so that bucket could potentially be doing the same speed.
Let more of that line out.
All right, hold on. Wait till it comes around so I can see it again here.
Is it falling straight down yet?
No, it's still trailing behind. It hasn't found the center yet.
We're not doing something right here. Well, I'm going to lower the altitude a little bit.
Yeah, now it's coming out better, much better. I can't really believe he's keeping that circle so tight and real slow like that. That's not easy to do without stalling the airplanes.
That's all they can do in this wind to keep this thing slow enough and steep enough angle to make this work. I'm trying to hold this altitude. This wind's just kicking our ass up here. Is it doing anything?
I don't know what the hell's going on. Holy sh**. It's gonna hit!
More than 800 kilometers southeast, Drake's racing through his chores. He's trying to get his daughter Taya to school on time.
Haha, it worked.
Taya's going to be 11 here in April. She thought that all kids had airplanes. She is a really good kid, and she gets me. She's my friend. She's really my family.
I don't know. Are we feeling it today?
We going?
No, let's just stay home.
Okay.
Screw it.
Yeah.
The car started. That's a good thing, huh?
Oh, son of a gun! You should have smiled.
Before I was in the air taxi business, I was a professional race car driver. Seems like another lifetime ago.
Ah! He drives like a crazy man.
Okay. Go grow up.
Back at the hangar, a customer cancels the only flight on Drake's schedule.
I have no intention of holding on to your deposit, and it'll be coming your way. Everybody wants a guarantee. They want it right now, and they want a guarantee, and they want it cheap.
His clients are worried about the weather, but not Drake. He's going skiing.
Oh, thank God. Get us off the earth. It's like a detachment. It's like these strings are all like peek, 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 all letting loose, and you're breaking the bounds.
Everybody bagged it for today, and of course it got good. I mean, how typical is that? I said, good. All you faint of heart, I'm gonna go by myself. We're getting the hell out of town. Oh my God, the snow looks epic right there.
But as Drake gets closer to the glacier, the winds kick up.
Man, it's pissy out here. Sometimes you get this eerie feeling just before you really get slammed. And you go, uh-oh, here we go. And then, wham!
High above Alaska's panhandle, Dustin continues hunting down a damaged cell phone tower.
It's really a nightmare. Dealing with the weather, these really remote locations, trying to get equipment in and out.
Next, their fifth stop, Gunnock Mountain, a site besieged by fierce winds rising off the ocean.
Winds that were sustained over 100 miles an hour.
Could you take a hover around it real quick?
Yep.
Shannon thinks he sees some damage.
You see our casualty? Yeah, the coax is up at the top, still almost in position, and looks like it ripped away from the connector.
It's missing one of its 4 antennas.
The winds blew it down. It looks like the U-bolt's ripped away.
It's a big antenna to come off that tower.
The one that fell down was the primary transmit. It's on the ground. It's right in front of me.
This thing's 15 feet long.
Yep. Problem. Tell me what to do.
Shannon needs to find a workaround to bring service back online.
Looks like our feeds go up and out. It may be that there's a redundancy in there, but that may not be true.
His idea works. They restore cell service.
And now we're heading home, 90 nautical miles from back to Juneau.
Alaska is such a diverse, huge state, extremely mountainous. Every single valley, every glacier, every river is always different. The work we do, it's a challenge, but it's fun.
The bucket drop is endangering the plane.
And go up, oh!
Pull it out now. We're hitting the water, the water.
Don needs to cut the line fast before the bucket gets snagged and pulls the plane into a nosedive.
Cut the rope, cut the rope.
Oh, they cut it free! Holy sh**. Hope Larry still has his hands. You guys all right?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you had it there for a minute, and then it never got yanked up.
Yeah, because I thought we pulled up enough, and then I saw it go right at that log,
Yeah.
you know, and so that's when we got the knife out. All right, well, let's see how the cargo did. Hey, it's all in one tack. It's not too bad. I am happy the fact that we still have a good solid airplane. Nobody got hurt, but we learned a lot in the process.
Here's to the failure, boys.
The future tries.
The future tries.
Conditions are tough, it's cold. It's got wind out there. You could hurt a ski or break a ski. Suddenly, you're in a world of hurts.
Look at this plane. This would be like one of the spots that I would come to back in the day when I was first starting out. You could be out here for days and days and days. You know what? There wouldn't be one frickin' nothing. Wouldn't be another airplane or nothing or anything. Maybe a Wolverine would come by and try to steal something. How many places can you go like that? Now we're gonna go skiing. There's just times where, like, to hell with the money and to hell with the watch and a schedule and everything. I need this. Wow. Don't we all want some freedom? Love, good love, and freedom. And a good dark beer.
Mountains, they're the reprieve. I mean, the mountains can also eat your lunch. Take you for a ride too, but on the good days, you bet, boy, look at that.